stars, it's your girl Mickey, and the festive season is upon us once again, and I am also once again sitting in front of a newspaper covered table, which can only mean one thing. That's right, we're customizing another one of these bad boys. So after I did the Rose Bakery strawberry milk cottage last year, I got the idea a few months later and I was like, do you know what would be a really cool idea? Making a whole bunch of these and having different seasonal themed houses that I could swap out and put on display, because I'm currently remodeling my office at the moment and I am in the process of acquiring a desk, a proper corner desk that has shelving. I'll put like a photo here of the one that I want to get from IKEA in the new year. Anyway, I thought it would be really fun to display different houses on that very top shelf of that desk, and how cute would it be if I swapped them out with different seasonal themed houses. So like the Rose Bakery one is obviously going to be a spring house. I want to make an autumn house, and we could do a summer house. And then I was like, oh, then we could go really fun and make like holiday houses as well as seasonal houses. So anyway, since it is so clearly the Christmas festive holiday season, I'll give you one guess on what I'm going to be turning this house into today. Did you guess a gingerbread house? Because that's what we're doing. We're making this bad boy into a giant gingerbread house, and I am so excited. I got so many goodies off AliExpress in order to do this. Like we've got tiny cookies, I've got fake candy, and we've got other like little cookies and biscuits and stuff, and oh, this is going to be so fun. But before we open this up and get into all of that fun, crafty, customizing goodness, I got a little side story for y'all. So as you may know, because I haven't shut up about it for the last 4 videos, but I just went to Japan this year, and of course, while I was in Japan, I went to the Sylvanian family store. So as I mentioned in the stationery vlog, I was originally planning on going to the big Sylvanian family store in Ikebukuro, because I was the only one that I thought was there. Like I think there's one also in Shibuya, maybe? I don't know. I know that there's a couple of like big main flagship stores in the Tokyo area, and these were the ones that were showing up on Google. So I was like, okay, fine, I'll just go to the big flagship store. So color me surprised when I'm going to Hands in Ginza and I stumble across a Sylvanian family store that must have just opened, because I could not find it on Google Maps. I had no idea that it was there. So your girl went shopping. So that was actually really convenient that one was there in Ginza, because I had nothing else on in Ikebukuro. I was literally going to go out of my way to go all the way out to Sunshine City just to go to the Sylvanian family store. So yeah, that was a really serendipitous moment. Anyway, I got a couple of little things, and also the reason why I'm doing the haul for the Sylvanian stuff here in this video is because I literally only got a couple of things, and I don't think doing a whole separate haul video would be worth it when I'm already doing a Sylvanian family video. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just throw the haul in here and call it a day. Anyway, first up, I got the little bee babies. Ah! They're so cute. I love them so much. Oh, these are just precious, precious little babies. I definitely love the Sylvanian babies more than like the full family sets, I've realized, and I am so glad that Sylvanians are really capitalizing on the fact that the people like the babies more than the whole families. They've got so many sets out. Anyway, item number 2 is the little kittens. The little like kindergarten babies. Aren't they adorable? They're so sweet. Ah! And I am absolutely kicking myself, but I was so tempted to buy the bakery babies. I'll put a photo of what they look like here. I held them in my hands. I was literally debating between this set and the bakery set. And I was like, oh, I really like them. But at the same time, I don't like them. And I was like, oh, what will I do with them? Like, I don't need them. And now I'm back home and I'm like, I should have bought the bakery babies, because how cute would it look for the diorama if we've got a gingerbread house and then we have all the little bakery babies building the gingerbread house. Next time, next Japan trip, I will make sure that I buy the bakery babies if they are still available. So I got the babies, and then, okay, so I actually went to the Sylvanian store twice. The first time I went was when I was stationery shopping, and I didn't bring my Sylvanian fonts with me because I didn't know there was going to be a Sylvanian store in Ginza. So, and I was like, oh man, I really want to get something. And then I was like, I'll have to make sure I come back, absolutely. And they had the Sylvanian Forest Bakery collaboration, I think it's called, on. And you basically buy any like cookie, or they're all cookies basically, baked good, and then you got a free baby of your choice. So I bought a pack of Sylvanian themed cookies that I gave to my parents because obviously I cannot eat them, what with my gluten allergy and all. But I got the best part because I just wanted it for the baby. I got a penguin baby! Isn't he precious? I love him. He's now my son. Oh, he is so adorable. I just love the baby so much. I love that the cookie box turns into like a little house. So he just lives in here now. This is his home. Like, that is adorable. And then the last item that I got from the Sylvanian store was the cake bakery starter set that I talked about when I did the Rose Bakery that I wanted to get because they just released it. And I got it. I unfortunately had to unbox it while I was in Japan because there was no way that this was going to fit into my luggage on the way home. So I had to leave the packaging behind, but that's why it's a very unceremonious unboxing. I'm sorry. But I didn't want to mail anything home, but like, look, it's so cute. This is amazing. So I will be setting up the Rose Bakery later now that I finally have the accessories to make the bakery. And then since I bought the babies and the bakery set, I got a free gift. I got this little lap blanket. It's like this like minky velvety type stuff. And it's just a little blanket. It's so cute. It's so precious. It's covered with little babies. What's not to love about it? I got that, and then I also grabbed the catalogue because I collect the Sylvanian family catalogues here in Australia. Do they do Sylvanian family catalogues where you guys are from, or the Calico Critter ones? I know that they don't do them in America, but I'm surprised that they do them in Japan. But this is really cool. I love to just see all the sets that they've got coming out and everything. So I grabbed that. That was a freebie. And then my actual other present I got from buying stuff was this little note card set of the concierge babies. Look at them. Ah, so adorable. So it's got 3 envelopes and 3 little like notes, and just I love getting free gifts, man. So that was my Sylvanian family haul and my brief intermission for the Sylvanian family customizing video. But now we shall get on to the main event, shall we? We got our house. Now, unlike last time, where all I did was paint the roof, we are going to be painting the whole thing because we're turning this into a gingerbread house, and it wouldn't look like a gingerbread house if I only painted the roof brown. So, like with the last one, we are going to be taping off the areas we do not want to paint. And for me, I am taping off all of the tan pieces and the veranda because I feel like these would look like perfect cookie pieces, and then if we do the house like a slightly darker gingerbread color, it will be a really nice contrast. And then I'm thinking the porch is already the perfect like chocolate color. So it's on a little bed of chocolate. Ta-da! Now it is ready to be painted. Would spray paint be easier? Absolutely. That would be the smart option, the easier option. Am I going to use spray paint? No. Do I have brown spray paint to even begin with? No, I do not. I do, however, have a selection of various brown acrylic paints. So I'm like, you know what? I'ma just mix all of these together until I get something that resembles gingerbread and go from there. One gingerbread house base is finished. Very nice. So this is probably going to be filmed over a couple of days just because it's paint and it needs a chance to dry. I'm not sure if I'm going to do more coats. This is only the first coat and I'm pretty happy with the color that it is right now, but paint always dries darker than when it goes on, so I will see how dark it gets and if I want to adjust it or fix any patches or anything, but I'll probably do that off camera and I will just let you guys know if I ended up doing more coats or not, but I will see y'all in the next segment, which is going to be the best part, and that is decorating. It is the next day. My mum is making chocolate chip Christmas cookies. The festive season is in the air. Shall we finish making a gingerbread Sylvanian family house? So I ended up only doing the one coat of the main paint as you saw me do yesterday, and once it dried I was actually really happy with the shade that it was, but I did go in and dry brush it with a slightly darker shade so that it has that like baked texture thing. I was originally going to dry brush it with this like bronzy color because I thought that might bring out some like fun little like glossy highlights, but I'm thinking I might just leave it as is because I just have this feeling that if I do the bronze highlight, it is going to ruin the baked look that we are going for. So this is the base we are working with now. I think it looks so good so far. It really has that like baked cookie texture and I'm so pleased. But now it's on to the fun part, and that is decorating. I can't wait. I have so many reference photos on Pinterest. I will put them here or something, but I am basically thinking the model that I want to go with is we're just going to go classic gingerbread house with some white frosting and a bunch of candy and cookies. Classic gingerbread house, like it's just so good, because let's be real, unless you're a professional baker and or patissier, you're not going to build a gingerbread house that looks like this and is also actually structurally sound and not going to fall apart as soon as you so much as look at it wrong. So this is definitely the easy way. Anyway, shall we get into the decorating? So I'm just going to move the house out of the way for this next part because we're making fake frosting. So I had a Etsy business during the panini, and I was selling like miniature realistic food. And one of the things that I ended up discovering was that if you use the paper clay, cloud clay from Daiso and mix it with water and PVA glue, you are able to create a realistic fake buttercream that is so light. It is amazing. Anyway, so you dilute it with water, just enough. You don't want to be swimming in it. And the PVA glue gives it just enough elasticity so that as it dries, it won't crack. Because when I first discovered that I could pipe this, that's the other great thing about this, is that it is pipeable and it actually holds its texture and its structure. Is that without the PVA glue, it will crack and shrink a little bit as it dries, but the PVA glue just gives it just enough structure just to help hold its shape. But yeah, so that was one thing that I learned from my Etsy days was fake frosting. Now you could use spackle. I have heard a lot of people have used that sort of grout piping stuff to make fake frosting. So if you want to go for that route, go for it. But I'm going to stick with what I know. And that is making fake icing out of paper cloud clay, because I know that I can pipe this and that it will dry really, really light and it won't like sag because it's too heavy. So yeah, basically just put all your pieces into a pot and just mix until it's not lumpy and it is smooth, so like real buttercream basically, and then transfer it into a piping bag. I would recommend that you use a disposable piping bag and piping tip, and not great grandmama's heirloomed fabric antique piping set, because this stuff will not come out. Once it dries, and yeah, that piping tip and piping bag is gone. Alrighty, I'm gonna keep mixing this until it is at the consistency that I want, and then I will be back. So, several hand cramps, and about 10 minutes later, we now have a consistency that I am happy with. It's pretty much like a soft peak meringue type texture is what you're going for. So disregard that earlier statement about it being like soft meringue. You want it to be a stiff meringue. Also, I hate to break it to y'all, but this is a very messy project. You will get covered in glue and bits and stuff. So if that is not your jam, I would probably turn away now if you haven't already. I'm gonna go wash my hands and then we shall start piping. So as you just saw, I tried to do the loops on the roof because I really wanted to do the whole traditional gingerbread house with the gummies and all the bits, and yeah, both of my piping bags exploded, so love that. And I didn't like how the loops looked, so we've gone for the frosted dusted sugar look, which honestly I think looks better than the loops. So that was a lucky coincidence, I guess. Anyway, I am going to leave this to dry probably for about a day because I want it to be really dry before I start sticking any candy or biscuits on it, because I really don't want to mess this up anymore than I already have. So I guess I will see y'all in the next. Finally time to decorate. I'm so excited. I have an assortment of goods down here. My hot glue gun is plugged in and heating up, so this is very good. I apologize for any whirring, gurgling, thumping you hear in the background. The washing machine is currently on and I share a bedroom wall with the laundry. Anyway, I think I'm going to start with the tape peel so that we can see the full picture with all the bits. This looks so much better without the tape on. Oh my gosh. I was actually seriously starting to doubt the vision for a moment when I got the frosting snow on yesterday, and I was kind of like, oh man, have I messed up? Am I gonna regret this? But now that I can see the doors and the windows and the porch, it just, oh, it looks like a gingerbread house. Ah! Okay, yeah, let's decorate it. Let's get it covered in some fake candy and we'll do the final reveal. It is finished. This came out so cool. I am obsessed. I love it so much. Oh my gosh. Oh, Doesn't this just look and scream gingerbread house? Oh! Oh, I am so glad this worked out. There were definitely a few moments where I was doubting the process and I was like, oh man, I'm really gonna regret this, aren't I? I am so glad I don't regret it. It looks so cool. I think what really saved it was making these candy cane peppermint stick straws. Because last night I was on Pinterest looking at more gingerbread houses and I actually stumbled across a couple of other Sylvanian family house gingerbread houses that people had made, and someone had stuck, I don't know if they were real candy canes or just fake miniature ones or sticks that they'd painted, like little candy cane pillars just on the outer edges here, and I was like, I should do that. That's a really good idea. And I'm so glad I did. It really pulls the whole thing together. This looks like something out of Hansel and Gretel. I love it so much. It looks so good. This was a really fun project to work on, and if you guys have any ideas or requests for other houses that I customize, just let me know in the comments down below. Wishing you all a safe and happy and healthy holiday season and new year, and until next time, bye bye.